about what is clearly the top story today, which is that the Supreme Court has called electoral bonds unconstitutional and has scrapped them ahead of the 2024 general elections. My colleague Ashmit joins us to bring us up to speed with everything that the Supreme Court had to say on the matter. Ashmit, truly a historic judgment coming through.
Well, a hugely significant order this coming in from the Apex Court just ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. A big setback this for the central government. Keep in mind that the electoral bond scheme has been set aside, has been called unconstitutional by the top court of the country. This was the mechanism which allowed for donors to buy bonds and then through confidentiality, through confidential means, give it to the political party. No one had access to this information, and this is what the Apex Court has taken objection to. The Supreme Court has ruled that the right to information, especially that of voters while casting their votes, it is critical to participatory democracy. Goes on to say that this information need not be compromised, needs to be made public. The public voters need to make informed decisions. And further, the Apex Court also goes on to say that the idea that corporates can make unlimited donations is also not something that the Apex Court is comfortable with, calling that unconstitutional. Earlier, there was a limit, there was a cap of 7.5% of net profits that a corporate could make. Now it was unlimited. That has been struck down by the Apex Court as well. The Supreme Court holding that especially corporate contributions to political parties, there is an element of quid pro quo. They may be looking for a specific policy change and license, and that this is something that needs to be recognized. And it is in light of that that the Apex Court has come down hard on the Companies Act provisions as well. So clearly, the electoral bond scheme being struck down in its entirety. What is the way forward from here? Well, for one, the Supreme Court has said that the State Bank of India needs to stop issuance of any electoral bonds going forward. Number two, SBI will be required to share these donor details since April of 2019 with the Election Commission. The SBI will also have to share the recipient parties, political parties of these political contributions. That will also have to be made known. All this information needs to be shared with the Election Commission, and the Election Commission needs to make it public, needs to publish this data on its website. So again, a sea change in the political landscape in terms of political funding being brought about here by this decision of the Apex Court.
All right, Ashmit, summarizing it very well. Indeed, the top story with many ramifications, a very important development when we talk about the economics of politics. In fact,